The Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1995 should be abolished, just as its predecessor was, on the basis of constitutional infringement. The Second Amendment is part of the Bill of Rights, which was signed in 1791, 4 years after the Constitution. The Gun-Free School Zones Act specifically infringes on our Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms. The Second Amendment was revised and submitted several times before finally being approved, along with the 9 other amendments, 221 years ago. The Founding Fathers saw how the British government tried to squash the American Revolution's militia, and knew something had to be added to the Constitution to prevent this from happening in the future. Congress stands on what is known as the Commerce Clause, as it does with many other acts, to uphold the Gun-Free School Zones Act. This gives Congress the power to regulate all U.S. commerce and was designed to keep trade between the states free and plentiful. Congress is using this to circumvent the Bill of Rights, specifically the Second Amendment. Congress uses this to say weapons in schools can cause a disruption to learning, which will affect our kids' future, which will be detrimental to our economy and commerce. Therefore, they have jurisdictions to regulate gun control in schools. This makes as much sense as letting them govern mattress firmness. After all, a kid's sleep is directly related to a child's ability to learn, right? Now, instead of Alaskan citizens voting on Alaskan laws to create things that make sense for Alaska, we have Congress making national laws. They are micromanaging what should be part of a local agenda. They are slowly taking control of more and more of our everyday lives. First enacted in 1990, the Gun-Free School Zones Act made it illegal to have firearms in school. It would make carrying a weapon in a school zone illegal for a licensed, registered, responsible citizen. United States v. Lopez finally changed that. The Supreme Court was aware of Congress's abuse of this power increasingly through the 20th century. They overturned this law as it was unconstitutional in a 5-4 ruling in 1995. But the fact that this law was unconstitutional didn't stop them from reenacting this the very next year. With the addition of a sentence fragment, the law was now constitutionally correct. With no change to subject matter or principle, the act was reenacted and still stands today. What does this mean for you? As a parent who may drop their kid off at school before going to work, you may now be unable to carry all day. As a student or a faculty member of the local college, you are now entering a zone where you are not allowed to protect yourself, where criminals hold the most power. A place where their power is uncontested. You or your loved ones are now fish in a barrel for anyone who feels like preying on the weak today. You are left defenseless in a sea of other frightened victims, with nothing to protect yourself with, other than a prayer that this gunman may be a poor shot. UAA has placed these stickers on all the entrances to all of its facilities. Many people agree and believe that you can defend yourself with other weapons, such as tasers, but unfortunately, those are also illegal on all UAA property. These stickers provide a false sense of security, and feeling safe is not the same as being safe. These stickers are there to remind individuals of laws, and to inform those who are unaware they may not enter with their weapon. Unfortunately, bank robberies do not occur because thieves thought it was okay. Likewise, school shootings have not been thwarted by the use of stickers. The Gun-Free School Zones Act has done nothing, save the fact of preventing people from defending themselves. On April 28, 2010, a peaceful protest was observed on UAA campus, trying to defeat foolish laws such as these. It was noted that the UAA police force raised their numbers that day from the average 3 on a Wednesday. Do you have class on Wednesday? Wednesday is a very busy day for UAA, and with 3 police officers patrolling over 30 large buildings, 18 parking lots, and numerous trails, do you feel safe with these 3 police officers? Amanda Carpenter did. Amanda Carpenter was at school late one night for a midterm. She wasn't out of class until 10 p.m. After walking into the parking lot with several of her friends, she was eventually alone at her car. She was grabbed, thrown to the ground, and forcefully raped at gunpoint. But how could this be? She's in a gun-free school zone. Shockingly, the criminal didn't follow the laws. And unfortunate for Amanda, a gun owner and a licensed concealed carry permit holder, she was not allowed to have her gun that she normally carries with her. The man raped and killed 2 other girls before being caught. People wonder why crimes occur in places like these, in places where the average man has been stripped of his constitutional right. It's for the same reason mass shootings don't occur at a shooting range or at a gun show. Hundreds of people around you have a weapon on them. You won't make it very far. Gun laws only affect the lawful individual. The only task gun laws accomplish is making criminals confident and turning you into a victim. So please, can someone explain how laws are helping with gun control? How stripping you and I of our constitutional rights protects us in the long run? In the U.S., there are currently 25 schools that allow weapons on campus legally, and there have yet to be any mass murders at any of those campuses. No unchallenged gunmen taking as many lives as they see fit. No indiscriminate killing. Many anti-gun supporters believe that even if a civilian were to stand up against a gunman, it would only make the situation worse. How could it get any worse? It's a massacre occurring. According to a study by the U.S. Secret Service, the majority of shootouts are over within 10 seconds. Someone either gets hit or someone gets scared and flees. In most cases, the gunmen, they didn't expect resistance. That's why they pick places such as malls and schools where guns are already outlawed. Another common argument is that guns kill people, and that less legal guns means less illegal guns. There are a multitude of stickers proving this is false, but the underlying principle is that guns kill people, which is also completely incorrect. When was the last time you read a headline such as this? Cars, cigarettes, and obesity all individually cause substantially larger death rates than guns do. Should we make spoons and Jettas and Camel cigarettes all illegal? Individuals have choices, and the choice to kill someone is just that, a choice made by that individual. Inanimate objects are incapable of causing death. People kill. Between 2005 and 2008, there were over 12 cases I found showing college students using weapons to thwart crimes legally off campus. The only person able to protect you at all times is you. The only person that's with you 24/7 is you. Unless your last name is Obama, you're not getting this type of protection. All of these stories I uncovered, the public historic stories of these people saving themselves and other people's lives, mean nothing on campus. The chance to protect, the chance to save yourself, the chance to save somebody else, even the chance to feel safe, have all been taken from you. At Virginia Tech, 19 of the 32 that were killed were over 21 and eligible to apply for a concealed carry permit, and any one of them, given the chance, could have legally been carrying that day and had the chance to stop that gunman. During the attack on Columbine, 13 people died and 24 others were injured, all before these 2 kids killed themselves. They began shooting at 11:19 a.m. and committed suicide around 12:08 p.m., 49 minutes later. Columbine had gun-free school zone stickers on all of its entrances. April 16, 2007, Virginia Tech. A shooter kills 2 people, goes back to his room and reloads, goes out and kills 30 more people before committing suicide. The time from the first shot to his suicide, 7:15 a.m. to 9:40 a.m., nearly 2.5 hours. Virginia Tech had gun-free school zone stickers. There have been at least 34 school shootings in the last 20 years. 29 of these occurred after the Gun-Free School Zone Act was passed. That's 29 shootings in 13 years, more than 2 a year on average. All 29 were gun-free school zones. All 29 had gun-free school zone stickers on all their entrances. The Gun-Free School Zone Act is a fraud by definition, because gun-free school zones aren't gun-free. Gun bans do work. Unfortunately, they work in favor of the criminals. So for just a minute, take a step back, put yourself in the eyes of one of these shooters. Which school would you pick?